Council will vote on the budget for this fiscal year today.
Mayor Craig Greenberg put forward his proposal for the more than $1 billion budget in April, with almost half of the money dedicated to public safety. About $400 million would go to Louisville Fire, EMS, and LMPD. Mayor Greenberg has said the money will be used to update facilities, retain and recruit personnel, and buy technology for the departments. Affordable housing is another portion of the budget. More than $30 billion would be used to create 15,000 affordable housing units in the city by 2027. Free universal pre-K could also get some funding. Greenberg wants $5 million for a nonprofit that will create a path to pre-K over the next 5 years. And $50 million would go to quality of life improvements like street paving and sidewalk repairs.
TARC's proposed budget will also need to be approved by the Metro Council today. The transit agency is planning service cuts to meet its expected expenses by mid-2026. Without cuts, TARC says its budget gap could be as much as $30 million. The route reductions would impact dozens of bus lines throughout the city and could come as early as June 30th.
Metro Council is also expected to vote on an ordinance to finance the redevelopment of the Urban Government Center. The ordinance would create a TIF, or tax increment financing district, in Louisville's Bardstown neighborhood. The city would then pledge a portion of the increased property taxes from the project to redevelop the site. The development proposal includes more than 350 apartment units, commercial office space, a hotel, and cottages. Tonight's meeting is at 6 p.m. We'll be there, and we will keep you updated on air and online at WHAS11.com.
2 bars on Bardstown Road in the Highlands could have their alcohol licenses revoked after repeated reports of violent crime. Cafe 360 and Africanza have been called problem properties by people who live nearby, and this week the city handed them nuisance notices. WHAS 11's Ian Hardwood and photojournalist Jessica Farley report.
Nobody wants to have a business that is the centerpiece of violence. Right? That said, we have rules and laws in this community for a reason, and we have to enforce them.
Following concerns about 2 Bardstown Road businesses, Cafe 360 and Africanza, the city is taking action. Each of the businesses had one of these notices posted to their building on Tuesday for a criminal activity nuisance violation. Codes and regulations served the notices, saying that the crime was them selling liquor after 2 in the morning like they previously agreed to. Speaking to us over the phone on his lunch break, Bobby said he's lived on nearby Bonnycastle Road for over 20 years and that violence in the area started after Africanza moved in. Fear is why he won't use his full name and why he's struggling with sleep some nights.
Around 2 to 4 a.m. but you hear loud gunshots, and I've got down to where I just jump up, hit the side of the bed and roll under the bed and kind of pray.
However, the violence gravitating around the bars isn't why they're being cited as a nuisance. Notices from Louisville Metro's Alcoholic Beverage Control accuse each bar of serving alcohol past 2 a.m. at around 2:20 in the morning on June 9th. Now the businesses and the owners of each building must meet with codes and regulations and find a solution to their issues. Without an agreement, the businesses may be forced to close or lose their right to sell alcohol. In Louisville, Ian Hardwick, WHAS 11, on your side.
Now, each business owner and building owner has 6 days to request a resolution meeting with codes and regulations. Per Metro Council ordinance, that meeting must take place within 20 days of the request.
Metro police are trying to determine what caused a motorcyclist to lose control and crash into another car. It happened last night around 10:30 on Preston Highway and East Indian Trail. That's just east of the airport. Witnesses told police a man riding a motorcycle crashed into a vehicle, causing the car to catch fire. The motorcyclist was not wearing a helmet and died at the scene. The driver of the car was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He is expected to survive. New Albany police are investigating a possible homicide after finding a man dead inside a home. Police say just before 4 yesterday, they were called to Greenview Drive, not far from Green Valley Road. They found a 56-year-old man dead inside the house. A 23-year-old man was also there and was taken into custody. So far, police have not released any details about the victim, the man arrested, or any relationship they may have had. Police do say they are not looking for any other suspects.
The former MSD employee convicted in the crash that killed an LMPD detective in 2018 is asking a judge to vacate his conviction. Roger Berett was driving an MSD tanker truck when it crashed into Detective Deidre Mengendo's cruiser on Christmas Eve. She was stopped on I-64 near the Belvedere conducting a traffic stop. Police say Berett had drugs in his system and was watching porn on his phone when the crash happened. He's asking a judge to throw out that conviction, saying he was denied effective assistance by his attorneys. Right now, he's serving a 27-year prison sentence.
The Jefferson County coroner has identified 24-year-old Derek Minot Jr. as the man killed in a drive-by shooting in Jtown. Police say Tuesday night around 8, Minot was shot at an apartment complex off Old 6 Mile Lane. According to Jtown police, a car pulled up and opened fire on him and a woman. Minot was shot several times and died at the scene. The woman was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. If you know anything, you're asked to call the number on your screen. That's how you reach police. It's 502-267-0503.